So you would vote for Donald Trump in a third term?
Yeah, I think I would.
And what do you think about the Constitution?
I'm a constitutionalist.
What about the 22nd Amendment that would prohibit him from running for a third term?
Yeah, it would. I would bother me, but
But you would still get your vote.
you would still get my vote.
So, you're a constitutionalist who's willing to violate the Constitution in order to secure a long lasting dictatorial regime. Then you're not a fucking constitutionalist. You're a cultist. It's that simple. You cannot. If you're a constitutionalist, then you are steadfastly against a president running for a third term. If you are in favor of a president running for a third term, then you're not a constitutionalist. It's that simple. If you are a constitutionalist, then you are for what the Constitution says, which is that presidents get to run for 2 terms. You're not a constitutionalist. You're a cultist. Because you are willing to violate the document that you claim to hold dear. You're willing to violate the laws of the country that you live in order to procure a long-standing dictatorial political regime in this country. You're willing to do away with decades upon generations of the American way in order to change it to the Trump way. That's not being a constitutionalist. It's the same thing as when you people in MAGA land talk about how you love the people in your world, but then you vote for people who harm the people in your world. You love your wives and your daughters and your nieces and your cousins and your grandmothers, and then you vote for people that take their rights away. You love the gay people or the bi people or the trans people or the non-binary people in your life because you have some people like that somewhere in your life, but then you go and you vote for people that are going to harm them. Then you don't love them. Tom, how could you possibly say who I love and I don't love? It doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do, right? If you're in a relationship, you can tell your spouse you love them all day long. If you never show them that you love them, do you really love them? It's something that I struggled with for years, right? I just was living in my own world. I love you, but I never showed how I loved, right? You guys tell the people in your world that you love them, and then you go vote for people that do damage to them. How can you possibly do that? If you truly love them, you would vote for people that would do everything they possibly can to protect the people in your world. And the same comes down to this. You're not a constitutionalist if you're in favor of Donald Trump running for a third term. And you're sure as fuck not a constitutionalist if you agree with what that one Republican has already put forth in the form of a bill in order to allow Donald Trump and only Donald Trump to run for a third term. Tom, what are you talking about? A Republican has put forth a bill to allow a president to run for a third term. However, it would only allow a president to run for a third term if they served 2 terms, but they weren't consecutive. So that would eliminate Obama. That would eliminate W. That would eliminate Bill Clinton. It would eliminate any other president that served 2 terms because they would be consecutive terms. It would put it into a position that, as of right now, really only Donald Trump could run for re-election. And if you back that, if you back altering the Constitution of the United States to only allow Donald Trump to run for a third term, then you are the least constitutionalist this country has ever seen. You are not even close to being an American. Not even close. You want to destroy everything America stands for to usher in a regime of dictatorial rule. You want to do what Russia did with Putin. You're the president. Don't worry about it. That's what you guys want. You don't want the Constitution. The Constitution gets in the way of what you people want.